Welcome, guys. Today we'll be discussing more about the prologue rules and fact representation. And as we know, as we have discussed in our previous lectures about a simple prologue program, which is storing the facts in predicate form in our prologue compiler. I have talked about it in our previous lecture. Uh, these sentences are basically facts about the U.S. Navy. So we have already discussed how can we write the English sentences in the form of the predicates. So the first predicate, which is written at the line number 7, simply means enterprise. Enterprise is a ship. So we have written it in the clausal form. It's the predicate actually a kind of enterprise ship. Means if you want to write enterprise is a ship in the predicate form, so what we will do, we will take the objects in the sentence as variables and pass them in a function of a function that is named a kind of. A kind of basically represents a relationship between enterprise and ship. So it's an abstract representation. The programmer is knowing what he want to represent in the form of the fact. Enterprise is a ship. In the similar manner, second statement is written as Kennedy is a ship. And third is US government is a kind of government. There, I have already uh, taught in one of the lecture that basically uh, all the knowledge, all the knowledge about the world cannot be represented into the prologue program. We only try to write the abstract knowledge that is required for the required for making our program intelligent in the particular domain we are talking about. So, for example, we are uh, just writing some facts related to the ships in the U.S. Navy, how they looks, they are the different type of ships, where they are located, whether they are attached to the U.S. government or not, and so this is a simple module which is trying to make system intelligent about the US Navy. So we are just writing the facts which are very contained to the domain of the US Navy, because the things are very abstract to us in the natural world. As we when we talk about the government, suppose for example I'm talking about enterprise is a ship. So enterprise is an object. I know the enterprise is a noun which is representing an object and is a ship. So when we talk about the ship, so we should as we say ship, we have a picture. We have a description about the ship, how it looks, what it do, which type the object is it. There are the many things about the ship we know, but in this program we are not trying to give all the illustration about the ship. We are just giving a relationship between the ship and enterprise. Enterprise is an object, and that is a ship. So we just want to write the simple relationship between the two objects. This is very limited knowledge we are providing to the program, because there are the many things we have to many things we have to represent in the form of the facts if we go in all the details, as we all the details we human knows. So actually I'm just trying to uh, speak all the prologue facts in the form of the English language for your better understanding. So Kennedy is a ship. U.S. government is a type of a kind of U.S. government is a kind of government. Enterprise is a part of U.S. Navy. If we say the English sentence corresponding to this particular fact is enterprise, is a part of US Navy, and Kennedy is also part of the US Navy, and US Navy is the part of US government, and the color of the ship is gray, and the location of the enterprise is this, and US government has civil service systems. So these are some facts. These are some facts in English language. We are just trying to store in the form the knowledge base in the prologue language. So this is all about, and today in our lecture we will be talking about the rules and definitions. As we know that simply knowing the facts doesn't make us intelligent. Means if we know that Enterprise is a ship, we know that Kennedy is a ship, we know that the US government is a part of government, and Enterprise belongs to the US Navy. If we all know this information, but if suppose we want that we want to know that whether Enterprise is uh, what is the color of the enterprise, suppose we want to know. So if we have just simply we are having simply these facts, we cannot explain, we cannot say, we cannot tell about the color of the enterprise. But by inferencing, by writing some rules, we can tell that whether the enterprise is gray or not, because uh, we are not directly given with the color of the enterprise, but we know that enterprise is ship and every ship is gray. So definitely by inferencing we can understand that enterprise is a ship and that is gray. But it is not, the relation between these two facts can only be inferred. It is not directly given in the form of the facts. So we have to write some rules also that will be used for inferencing to derive some more intelligence from the existing knowledge. So actually, uh, in all the programming languages, we have subroutines and procedures to modularize the knowledge. Means we just want to modularize. Means we just want the whole knowledge to be divided into several small parts, so they can easily be uh, managed. So they can easily be managed. So Prolog is also the language in which we can modularize the knowledge. And as we humans, we are having a huge amount of data in our brain in the form of the knowledge base, but without inferences, we are not going to be intelligent. So rules are basically written to derive some more intelligence from the existing knowledge base. So suppose uh, in the given database, suppose we want to run this query. Gray enterprise. This is actually a rule, and this rule somehow establishes the relationship between enterprise and gray, as we have talked previously. In this particular line, if we try to speak it in English sentence, then what does it mean? It means it means enterprise is part of certain organization. Enterprise is a part of some x is a variable, and this comma in prolog means and color of x is gray. So definitely, if part of enterprise, if x is the part, if enterprise is the part of x and x is gray, definitely the gray enterprise will be true. So if by the knowledge base we got this statement as true and this statement as true, then definitely gray enterprise will be true. Means it will be established that the color of the enterprise is gray. So it is not directly given in our knowledge base. As we can see, there is no any relationship of color between enterprise and there is no direct any fact representation of gray enterprise, means the color of the enterprise is directly not given in these in facts. But if we write this rule, this right this rule if comes true, then definitely we can we are able to tell that the color of the enterprise is gray. So we will try to run it and see how it works. So I'm just writing this query. I'm just copying this query from here and copy and coming to the query section. I have already talked about facts and rules and query. So actually it is a rule. So we will write this rule here. Uh, these these are the facts. These are the facts. Oh, some color changes forward. What happened? One second. Color changes. It means something. Oh, okay, let's try it. This is the rule, and we will write the rule here, and we will try to run this query. This is the query. We have already talked about that. They are the facts. They are the rules. This is actually rule, and this rule is saying. Write it in English sentence. The rule is enterprise 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 okay, right here enterprise is part of X, and if X is gray, then the variable which is at the left side, gray enterprise, then gray enterprise is true. So this fact, this rule is actually can be written or 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 speak or can be spoken in this English language form. So now we will try to run the query and see what is the output. So if we try to run this query, we will writing this query first. This is the query. This is the query, and now we try to run it. Let's see. Try to run it. So it is saying false. So what does it mean? Part of Enterprise X means part of Enterprise X, US Navy. We can just if this is supposed to be true, then these two statements at the right side should be true. So we will go on scanning one by one, and from here we will see. Actually, the time limit of this video is going to be over, so I will continue in the next video about this. I'm just finishing here as the time limit for the video recorder is being over. Uh, I will be dictating all other things related to this example in our next video. Thank you.